Hello everyone and welcome to a new Let's Play of Democracy 3 with me, Alfapiomega. Now, as the name suggests, Democracy 3 is a strategy game slash simulation of a real world government, which is you, the player, with all the good and bad that comes with it. Now, the game is highly, I'd say, realistic. It's highly complicated, but I'll try my best to take you guys through this as fast as possible and make it fun for both of you and me. I would say that I did a good job of this on my stream, so hopefully you guys won't get lost. And if you do, and some of you probably will, post your questions in the comment section and I'll try to help you. Now, let's move on. We're going to play a new game and we're going to play Estonia. Now, most of the Let's Plays on YouTube are of the bigger states that come with the game inbuilt, like UK, France, Germany, United States, Canada or Australia. But, you know, there's a number of mods for the smaller states like Estonia, and I find those, much more interesting because I come from a relatively small state and I just enjoy their daily struggle. You know, they're not that good or rich as the bigger states and still can have a very interesting history. So Estonia, a little bit of information about Estonia before we go into this. Estonia is the most northern of the three Baltic states. Is the smallest one as well, with only 45,000 kilometers square kilometers. You know, not the length. And it also has the lowest population of the three Baltic states. It only has about 1.3 million people. The capital of Estonia is Tallinn and has about 400,000 inhabitants. The composition of Estonia, as far as population go, is about 69% of people are Estonians. It says 68.7 here, and about 24.8 is Russian. Now, Estonia is a parliamentary republic. It has a president and a prime minister. It's considered a highly developed state. I believe that the 2013 Human Development Index gave it ranking of 0.84, which puts it on the 33rd place on the world, which is quite good. Estonia borders Latvia and Russia and is mainly focused on services. Its economy is on banking, IT, telecommunications, and from the traditional industries, I believe woodworking, electrotechnical, chemical, and shipbuilding industries. Yeah, that should cover it. You can see some other information here. There's GDP per capita 15,000, poverty rating 18.7, life expectancy, and Kamma consumption 183 bowls per person per year. I have absolutely no idea what Kamma is. But all of these statistics should tell you a bit about Estonia before we actually go into it. One more thing that I should mention: Estonia is a member of the European Union and NATO from 2004. So yeah, without further ado, we are going to start. Now, this screen sets the game up. I'm not gonna deal with political apathy, innate liberalism, and innate socialism, because these are preset by the creator of the mod that we are playing, Boris. By the way, kudos to you, bro. You did a great job. I loved the mod. We're gonna set the difficulty to 200%. The game is actually quite easy when you figure things out, but I'm gonna battle this by several ways. First things first, difficulty 200%. Hello, it's gonna be crazy. Second thing, I'm gonna avoid the obvious cheats and ways how you can go through the game, and I'm just gonna focus on playing it realistically. And third thing that I'm gonna do is before we start every country, I'm gonna make a dice roll as I did, and I have a sheet where I have 100 parties, real world parties, and by the random choice from this list, I'm gonna set our main policies. So for example, we can be communists once, second time we can be the Green Party, we can be the Nationalistic Party, whatever, you know. And for Estonia, I rolled 21, which is the Democratic Union. I believe that's one of the preset country parties. Yes, it's here, the Democratic Union. So we're mostly gonna care about liberalism and population freedom, or basically freedom and justice, I would say. The opposition party name is going to be, let's say, the Socialists, Democrats and Socialists. Usually this should work. We're gonna have hurricanes. Sorry, I'm still recovering from a recent illness, so I haven't spoken in English in quite a while, so apologies for all the mistakes I'm gonna make, and you are free to make fun of it. So we're gonna have hurricanes on and earthquakes on, plus other funny things. So yeah, let's play Democracy Free as Estonia. Now, this is the first screen we are always going to see. Congratulations on your election victory. Welcome to your new job as Prime Minister. The lives of all 1,316,000 citizens are now in your hands. As you will imagine, there are a number of situations and concerns that you will need to deal with as soon as possible, while keeping an eye on the long-term improvement of our citizens' quality of life. Plus, do not forget that you face re-election in 4 years, so you will need to monitor the opinion polls and our party membership. Good luck. So yeah, thank you for your good luck wish, and here is a quick overview of the game, or of the settings we are starting with. Our GDP is very bad, so is the population overall health. Education is not that bad, unemployment is quite high, crime is on alert, I would say. We have violent crime running rampant through our country, and the poverty rating is somewhere in the lower half. So this may seem really bad, but trust me, I have chose Estonia for a reason. It's a good way how to start. Now, Estonia in the game has a huge amount of problems, but I'm gonna start by actually explaining what you can see in front of you. These bubbles each compose or have a meaning. They represent a certain policy that is present in the game. For example, this one is alcohol tax. You can see what it influences. So alcohol tax negatively influences the poor and the farmers. It increases poverty. It also influences equality and alcohol consumption. Now, this one, for example, is a different one. It's community policing. So you can see that these reduce street gangs, alcohol abuse, and antisocial behavior. But they are positively seen by liberals. They can reduce racial tensions and crime, and also violent crime. I don't know why I said but there, but anyway. These are the white ones. The blue ones represent something that is innate. It's like a statistic. So for example, this one is oil price. Oil price is influenced by oil demand, influences food price, is directly related to motorists. It is decreased by currency strength, relates to GDP, and is influenced by oil supply. This one, for example, I don't even know. Oh, this is tourism. So tourism is a bit more complicated. You can see that it has a lot of relations. It's connected with GDP, currency strength, foreign relations, border controls, unemployment, sales tax, environment, violent crime, street gangs, vigilante mobs, narcotics, antisocial behavior, alcohol law. The red ones are the last ones I haven't explained yet, and these ones are the problematic ones. We have quite a lot to deal with. So, the problems Estonia under our rule right now has is immigration, homelessness, this is uncompetitive economy, we have pollution problems, we have tooth decay, we have asthma epidemic, we have narcotics misuse or drug addiction, internet crime, antisocial behavior, we have ghettos forming, alcohol abuse, street gangs, vigilante mobs, and violent oh, this is organized crime. Okay. So these are the problems we will have to solve. Again, you can see that each of these is connected to other things. So our goal is either change the policies that we have right now or enact new policies. There's a huge amount of them that you can go and pass, set them up. Each of them have different settings, different impacts, so things get complicated as we move forward. Now, another thing that you see here is the overview of the population. Notice that nobody really likes us at this point. These are the groups of the people that are present in your state. Socialist, commuter, liberal, self-employed, poor, farmers, youth, capitalists, patriots, religious, environmentalists, middle income, state employees, ethnic minorities, retired, motorists, trade unionists, wealthy, parents, conservatives, and everyone. There are some things that influence everyone, like violent crime, street gangs, and internet crime, plus carbon tax and tobacco tax, because everybody smokes, obviously. But basically nobody really likes us. You can see that our popularity is at absolute minimum. So the situation we are in now is probably we are an unpopular government that was somehow elected after a fall of the previous one, and everybody immediately started regretting it. So we have, I think, a couple of terms for each term takes. Okay, next elections will be in 16 terms, so there will be 4 years before we have re-election. So we have 4 years to put things into such a state that we get re-elected, and hopefully not assassinated in the meantime. Now to the fun part. The income of our country is 85 billion euros. We have expenditures of 111 billion euros, which results in a deficit of 26.27 billion euros per quarter. The debt of Estonia is astonishing 1.8 trillion euros. So we are truly getting screwed here. So our first, I would say, goal is normalize and lower our deficit and subsequently start repaying our debt, which inevitably means raising taxes or cutting on expenses. Now, every change that we want to do here costs political capital, which is connected to our cabinet and our political capital. We gain 29 per turn, and each of these policies have a different, I would say, expensiveness or, difficulty of passing. So, for example, if we would like to pass something like, these are art subsidies. Okay, art subsidies would cost us 13 political capital. I don't really know why, but it would. But if you wanted something really cheap, like tourism ad campaign, that one would cost us only 2 political capital. There's also usually a huge difference between lowering and increasing taxation. So if we wanted to lower car tax, which is already enacted, we would need 7 of political capital. To raise it though, we would need 18. So you need to be careful about what you're doing and how you're doing it and when. Also, while we're at the car tax, you can see that it has a huge impact on certain groups of people. So for example, motorists, their membership will go down as you increase the taxation, because people will actually choose alternative transportation because, you know, the tax is insane for them. It will also decrease car usage, but motorists and middle earnings people or groups of people will not like you. So will not the farmers, because they obviously use cars or other forms of motorized vehicles in their daily work. Now, last thing before we actually start playing, which is important for those of you who haven't really played this, is the focus group. You can see a couple of people here, and it will tell you how much these people like you. You can see that they are in different groups, each of them. So for example, who is this? Miriam Roth is fanatically opposed to our government, is a member of the Socialist Party, is heavily influenced by socialist, commuters, motorist, and trade unionist opinions. She's a state employee, she is poor, conservative, she is a member of ethnic minority, and everyone. So you can see that they play a different role. The focus group, or the voting I would say process, is simulated on 2,000 random people who each fall into these different categories. So each one of these people, and some 1980 something, will then vote either for you or for our opposition. So it never works like, you know, just appeasing environmentalists, because if they hate you in all the other categories, they will still not like you. They might be inclined to vote for you because of your environmental politics, but they will hate you because they hate all the other aspects. Okay, so with that said, I believe we can now start playing. My apology for taking so long, but I'm pretty sure that many of you have never heard about this game or even played it, so it's important for you to know what is happening, because, you know, I'm just gonna play, and despite answering all your questions as always, I think you might get lost, because this grains me. No, this game is quite complicated in understanding, you know, from the visuals, so you need to either get the explanation or play it yourself for a bit to understand. So yeah, we need to start focusing on some of the problems. Now, organized crime is a huge issue in our state. Estonia is having a lot of examples of crime, and they all fall into the violent or worse. Yeah, this is just internet crime, but we have the vigilante mobs and organized crime. I don't see though actually violent crime, but it should be... Oh god, we got even street gangs. Okay. That is not good. Well, anyway, crime is a huge issue. So is drug addiction. But this one will actually go away quite quickly. These situations will go away when you pass the stop trigger. The start trigger is when they pop up into existence and start influencing the situation in your country. So obviously, it's much harder for them to start, but then it's even harder for them to go away. So drug addiction will eventually go away if we get our... Actually, no. If we manage to increase border patrol, state, health service, police force, or religious membership, that would help, but no, thank you, no. We are the Democratic Party. I don't really want to do anything with that. One huge thing that we need to get rid of is alcohol abuse. I'm going to show you why. When we look at the expenditures, alcohol abuse actually costs us 3.6 billion euros. every quarter. So that is something that is very expensive and lays heavily on us. So do street gangs, I believe. No, actually no, they're not here. No, they do, but they only, you know, exclamation mark, cost 900 million euros. But we should focus on alcohol abuse first, because that one is not good. It affects crime quite highly and decreases health. So we're gonna fight alcohol as a first thing. To fight alcohol, we're gonna introduce alcohol awareness campaign, which, yes, costs quite a lot, but, you know, the effect is staggering. So we're gonna spend 150 million euros per quarter on alcohol awareness campaign. And we're also going to, and that is going to be very painful, but increase alcohol tax to maximum. It's actually going to increase our income by quite a nice sum. We are at 1.58 billion euros per quarter, and we're going to bump it up to 75%, which will bring us almost 4 million euros per quarter. Now, it's gonna sharply decrease the alcohol consumption, but also gonna piss off the farmers and poor and lower equality in our country, and also increase poverty, because poor people and many poor people will buy alcohol even with this staggering tax, and is going to actually take away more money away from them. But anyway, I'm gonna push this one through because we need to lower alcohol consumption fast. Now, again, we got street gangs. These ones, oh, we got ghettos as well. Yeah, and drug addiction. Parents, border controls, GDP. I think we should focus on fixing that one as well. There's a really nice policy that is called youth co-op subsidies. It costs quite a lot, but is very popular with people, and it lowers crime and increases youth and parents' opinion of you. So we're gonna go with this one. Again, it's gonna cost us over 400 million euros per quarter, but I think it's important to think of the children. Okay, we still got 9 political capital left. So, wait, we don't have an obesity problem. It's interesting, many countries have obesity problems. Obviously our health is much better than I thought. Okay, we got tooth decay, it's one of the mods. It's increased by GDP and violent crime. Oh god. Okay. Well, violent crime is not actually that bad in our country. Antisocial behavior could be battled by community policing. Yeah, we're gonna bump this one up as well. It will cost us another 400 million per quarter, but it's going to decrease alcohol abuse even more, antisocial behavior, street gangs, all of the things we want to go away. It's going to lower racial tensions, violent crime, and liberals and liberalism will increase in our country. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this one through. That cost us nothing because it's a free change. We actually got, okay, narcotics are outlawed, that's good. Okay, what else could we do? Ghettos. Racial tensions are actually pretty good, but we can focus on that as well. How's our immigration? I actually don't know. Wait, racial tensions here and immigration. Oh, we got quite a lot of immigration going on, so I believe that we should go with decreasing the racial tensions a bit. Community policing is going to work very well on that, but there's also a couple more things that we can do. Wait, I need to find them though. There was a, stamp out racism week is good, but also we could pass compulsory foreign language classes, which is good. It increases international trade and foreign relations as well. Costs about 100 million per quarter, not such an issue. It's going to take a long time to implement actually, but it's worth it. And now we need to start focusing a bit on the economy as well. We could introduce a few things that would help. National Business Council is good. It directly makes capitalists in our country happy, and it stimulates the GDP because it's an establishment of a National Business Council which will advise us and consult with us the needs of the companies. Now, I haven't explained these numbers yet. This is the length in which this one will take full effect. So 24 terms, we may not even be in the office when this actually comes to pass. We have only 16 terms if we won't get re-elected, but still I'm gonna do it because it's a great long-term investment and it's going to make capitalists happy. There's not much else that we could do here. Actually, we don't have a Race Discrimination Act, so I'm gonna pass this one as well. Okay, conservatives don't like it, but we're a democratic party, so we're gonna pass it. Liberals and ethnic minorities will like it. Liberalism in our country will increase. This is always noted by this little icon, which shows that the group of the people, liberalism, will increase. Racial tensions going down, that's something we absolutely need. And now we have zero political capital left. Now, before we move on, I want to look a bit at our expenses. We will need to cut some of them because our debt is... Now, actually, our deficit is not that bad, but our debt is incredible. And the problem here is if the market catches us unprepared, it can hurt really a lot if we get our credit rating downgraded. Credit rating, for those of you not familiar with this term, is issued by international agencies. It's, you know, you probably heard about it, like AAA or AA or A, triple B, and stuff like that. And it shows the risk of loaning money to the respective, it doesn't have to be even a government, it can be even a company, but the overall risk of giving them loans. And when this credit rating goes down, usually the interest rate go up. Now we are already paying almost 8 billion euros per quarter just to get rid of this interest, and if our credit rating gets taken down, we might face serious trouble here. This might jump to 20 or 40 and we will go bankrupt really, really fast. You can see it's this amount of money that we spend every quarter is going just to debt. So we really need to focus on that next turn. We're probably going to raise some taxes, which is not going to make people happy, but it's necessary. So let's pass the turn and see what the game has for us.